All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show. Check out Pig and a Pickle in Emeryville and Corte Madera, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. All right, your 49ers have made a big move. I don't know if it's a big move, but they made a move. They had undrafted free agent wide receiver Isaiah Winstead, who wore number 11 for the East Carolina Pirates. He was an undrafted free agent coming off a great year, 88 catches. Over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns in 2022. Interesting guy, big physical wide receiver, 6'3", 210. Now, there's some debate. Is he a 4.5 guy? Is he a 4.7 guy? I've heard multiple reports. One said that he ran in the 4.7s. Then there was an article that said that he actually timed out in the 4.5s at his local pro day. Long arm receiver, though. 34-inch arms. That's long. He's definitely quick. There's some question about his route running ability. Some people feel like he's a real good route runner, and at times he's demonstrated great route running ability. At times he kind of rounds off some of his routes and looks unrefined. So he's a long strider. If you watch him, definitely his film, you can see it. He's a long strider. He's got kind of build-up speed. He was third-team All-MAC this year, 6-year senior. You know, the question is, how good of an athlete are we talking about? Some people think he's an average athlete. He started at the FCS level at Norfolk State and then transferred to Toledo, played there for Toledo, and then transferred again to East Carolina. And, you know, uses his body well to kind of shield away defenders, so you can see that on film. You know, he definitely is almost like a basketball player posting up. Bothered though by press coverage at the line of scrimmage. This guy doesn't like press coverage, and he doesn't always get off the line of scrimmage. And that would be one of my main questions: is can he get off the line and beat the jam at the line of scrimmage, or is he going to get held up at the line? He's got quickness in his route running, but I don't necessarily see that quickness when he's trying to escape the jam. He's definitely big, but as far as hands. You know, the hands are just kind of inconsistent. I was watching the film of Jadakiss Bonds the other day. Bonds has unbelievable hands. This guy's hands, Isaiah Winstead, are not as good. He's had a number of drops. And you can kind of see on the backside, this guy takes plays off. So we're talking about a young receiver that has to be taught the craft. And that's not uncommon. I mean, that's pretty common, to be honest. But the thing that you like to see is this guy looks like he can really block downfield. Now, if you're a 49er receiver, you have to block downfield. It's the difference between a 5-yard run and a 55-yard run. You got to block on that second level. You're not going to play wide receiver for the 49ers, a team that has Debo and Ayuk and Juwan Jennings, if you don't block downfield. So you have to block downfield. It's a prerequisite to playing with the Niners. And Winstead does. So that's one thing you can see on film. You say, oh, yep, that's a Niner receiver. This guy blocks downfield, and he does it willingly. He's also somewhat clutch. He was big on some key third downs against Navy. He had a huge day against Navy. 11 catches for 147 yards, 143 yards, I should say, and a touchdown against the midshipmen. That was a good day at the office. So interesting player for sure. Big physical wide receiver. How good of an athlete? How is it going to translate to the pros? Can he get off the line of scrimmage? You know, are the drops solvable? Is he more of a 4.5 guy? Is he more of a 4.7 guy? These are kind of major questions. That's the thing. He's an undrafted rookie free agent for a reason. There's some likable traits. Got a great looking body, big kid, long arms. Looks like a pro. But does he run like a pro? Does he separate like a pro? Can he catch the ball consistently like a pro? Can he beat the jam? There's a lot of questions here. But there's also a lot to like because he's been productive. He's a big-bodied guy. Looks like a decent athlete. I don't know if he's an elite athlete. I would say he's more towards, middle of the road athletically. But definitely looks the part. And, you think of where Juwan Jennings is at. Maybe this guy's the replacement for Jennings in a year. I kind of thought Tay Martin was that guy, to be totally honest. And maybe this is a guy that will battle Tay Martin this summer for maybe one spot. I could see that. Think about your team. You got Debo, you got Ayuk. Right now you got Juwan, you got Chris Conley there. Obviously Danny Gray, Ray McLeod. That's 6. So you still got Willie Snead, and you got some other receivers there too. It's not, they got a very deep receiver core. But Winstead's interesting as a possession receiver who potentially could be developed in a year from now, be in position to allow you to wave goodbye to Juwan Jennings in free agency. I could see that. I could see it. But to me, I like Tay Martin. I think Tay Martin's got better ball skills, bigger catch radius. But I'm eager to see what these guys look like all on the field together, because sometimes you never know. Guys get in shape. They show up in camp ready to roll. Isaiah Winstead. Check him out. East Carolina Pirate. He's your latest 49er. Should be a fun camp. I'll say that. If you like watching the wide receivers battle it out, man, this should be a fun camp to watch, because the Niners have got a bunch. They really do. The competition at this spot is going to be significant. It's going to be pretty fierce competition. And bring it on. Preseason will be fun to watch. The nice thing about Winstead is that, you start with a receiver that is coming off a season where he caught 88 balls and almost 1,100 yards. So he's got the production you're looking for. He was a very good college football wide receiver. The question is, how good of an athlete is he? How well can he separate against NFL caliber corners? I mean, think of it this way. In college, you probably go up at a place like East Carolina, you probably go up against an NFL corner 4 or 5 times a year. But there's a lot of times a year you're going up against guys who could be doing other things. Now you're going up against an NFL corner every week on either side. And if those guys get hurt, there'll be somebody else there. So it's a totally different deal. Most rookie receivers really struggle. It's very difficult to get open against pro caliber corners. But this guy's got something to work with. If he really knows how to shield his body, and the film kind of shows that he does, and he plucks the ball with his hands. I did see him make a couple body catches, but if he can use those long arms, and the one thing about Jennings that's nice, Jennings catches it in a crowd. Jennings runs over the middle with courage. He's not looking around. He's not sitting there going, peeking. The one thing you can say about the Niner receivers, they run in the middle of the field like they own it. It's one of the things I love about that kid Braden Willis, the tight end they just got from Oklahoma. He runs in the middle of the field without fear of some safety starching him. And that's somewhat rare. The Niners have a team full of these guys. Debo, Ayuk, Juwan. These guys are not tiptoeing through the middle of the field. They run their in-cutting routes just as hard as they run their out-cutting routes. And this guy looks like he could be a good fit for what they do. So, interesting. It'll be a fun guy to watch this summer in camp. Big receiver with a lot of college production. He's expecting to win at the line. He's expecting to get open. He's expecting to make catches. We'll see how it all translates to the NFL level. Should be a fun competition to watch this summer in Santa Clara. All right, hope you enjoyed the Niner video. Thanks to all of you for supporting the Krug Show. Check out Pig and a Pickle in their 2 locations, Emeryville and Corte Madera. Once again, thanks to all of you for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.